Welcome to part 2 of the continuing part of Start Using Google Apps Like a Pro part. Remember to share this video with your friends and smash the thumbs up button. Subscribe, if you haven't done so already. Certainly, I'd be happy to explain Google Drive with some illustrations and examples. Google Drive is a file storage and synchronization service developed by Google. It allows users to store files in the cloud, share files, and collaborate on documents, spreadsheets, and presentations. Here's how it works. 1. Storing files. Google Drive allows you to store files in the cloud, which means you can access them from any device with an internet connection. This is useful for storing important documents, lecture notes, and other class materials. 2. Sharing files. With Google Drive, you can share files with others by creating a shareable link or by inviting them to collaborate directly on the file. This is useful for sharing lecture notes, class assignments, and other class materials with your classmates. 3. Collaborating on files. Google Drive allows you to collaborate on documents, spreadsheets, and presentations in real time with others. This means you can work on group projects more efficiently and communicate with your classmates as you work on the project. Here's an example of how a student might use Google Drive to collaborate on a group project. John is a Year 1 student at the University of Port Harcourt. His professor assigns a group project on the history of Nigeria's democracy. John and his group members decide to use Google Drive to collaborate on the project. First, John creates a shared folder in Google Drive and adds his group members as collaborators. This gives everyone access to the folder and the files inside it. Then, he uploads the research materials and draft documents to the folder. Next, the group members start working on the project. They can communicate with each other using Google Drive's commenting feature and make edits to the document in real time. They can also see who is working on the document at the same time as them and communicate through the chat feature. Finally, once the project is complete, John shares the final document with his professor by providing a shareable link. The professor can then access the document and grade the project. Overall, Google Drive is a powerful tool for storing, sharing, and collaborating on files. It's a great way for students to work on group projects efficiently and communicate with their classmates. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to smash that like button, and subscribe, for us to bring you the concluding part of this tutorial in our next video, Google Docs for collaborative writing. See you then. Sure, I'd be happy to explain how to use Google Docs for collaborative writing with some illustrations and examples. Google Docs is a web-based word processing application developed by Google. It allows users to create and edit documents online and collaborate with others in real time. Here's how you can use Google Docs for collaborative writing. 1. Creating a document. First, the teacher creates a new Google Doc and assigns a topic for the collaborative writing assignment. This could be anything from a research paper to a group project. 2. Sharing the document. The teacher shares the Google Doc with the students in the class. They can do this by providing a shareable link or by inviting the students to collaborate directly on the document. 3. Collaborating on the document. Once the students have access to the document, they can start collaborating on the writing assignment. They can see each other's changes in real time, make comments, and communicate through the chat feature. 4. Reviewing and editing. After the initial draft is complete, the group can review and edit each other's work to improve the quality of the document. They can use the commenting feature to suggest changes or provide feedback. 5. Finalizing the document. Once all the edits have been made, the group can finalize the document and submit it to the teacher for grading. Here's an example of how a teacher might use Google Docs for a collaborative writing assignment. Ms. Smith is a Year 1 English teacher at the University of Port Harcourt. She assigns a collaborative writing assignment to her students on the topic of the importance of communication in the workplace. She creates a new Google Doc and shares it with the students in the class. The students work in groups of 4 to write the document. They can see each other's changes in real time and communicate through the chat feature. They collaborate on the document for a week, making changes and providing feedback to each other. Finally, The groups submit their final document to Ms. Smith. She can access the document and grade it using Google Docs commenting feature. Overall, Google Docs is a powerful tool for collaborative writing. It allows students to work together in real time and communicate effectively to produce a high-quality document. Sure, I can explain how to use Google Books with some illustrations and examples. Google Books is a search engine that allows you to search for and preview books that have been digitized by Google. Here's how you can use Google Books to find information for your coursework. 1. Searching for books. To start using Google Books, go to the Google Books website and enter a search term related to the topic you're researching. For example, if you're researching climate change, you might search for climate change books in Google Books. 2. Previewing books. Once you've found a book that looks relevant, you can click on it to preview it. Google Books allows you to preview a limited number of pages from each book, which can help you determine if the book is useful for your research. 3. Using the search function. If you're looking for specific information in a book, you can use the search function in Google Books to search for keywords or phrases. This can save you time and help you find the information you need more quickly. 4. Citing sources. If you find a book in Google Books that you want to use as a source in your research, be sure to cite it properly. You can use the citation information provided by Google Books, or you can find the book in a library or online bookstore and cite it using the appropriate citation style. Here's an example of how a Year 1 student at the University of Port Harcourt, for example, might use Google Books to find information for a research paper. John is a Year 1 student studying political science. He is working on a research paper about the impact of social media on political campaigns in Nigeria. He uses Google Books to find relevant sources for his paper. He searches for social media and political campaigns in Nigeria in Google Books and finds a book called Social Media and Elections in Nigeria by Temitope Adefarakan. He previews the book and finds that it has a chapter that is directly relevant to his research. He uses the search function in Google Books to find specific information about social media use in political campaigns. He finds several relevant passages in the book and cites them in his research paper. Overall, Google Books is a valuable resource for finding information in books that might not be available elsewhere. It can save you time and help you find relevant sources for your research. Sure, I can explain how to use Google News with some illustrations and examples. Google News is a search engine that allows you to search for news articles and current events related to your research. Here's how you can use Google News to find information for your coursework. 1. Searching for news. To start using Google News, go to the Google News website and enter a search term related to the topic you're researching. For example, if you're researching COVID-19 in Nigeria, you might search for COVID-19 News Nigeria in Google News. 2. Filtering results. Once you've found relevant news articles, you can use the filtering options in Google News to narrow down your results. For example, you can filter by date, location, and source to find articles that are most relevant to your research. 3. Setting up alerts. If you want to stay up to date on news related to your research, you can set up alerts in Google News. This will send you notifications when new articles are published on your topic. You can set up alerts by clicking on the Create Alert button in Google News and entering your search term. 4. Citing sources. If you find a news article in Google News that you want to use as a source in your research, be sure to cite it properly. You can use the citation information provided by the news source, or you can find the article on the news source's website and cite it using the appropriate citation style. Here's an example of how a Year 1 student at the University of Port Harcourt might use Google News to find information for a research paper. Jane is a Year 1 student studying economics. She is working on a research paper about the impact of inflation on the Nigerian economy. She uses Google News to find current events related to her topic. She searches for Nigeria inflation news in Google News and finds several news articles about the rising inflation rate in Nigeria. She filters her results by date to find the most recent articles. She sets up an alert in Google News for Nigeria inflation, so that she can stay up to date on any new developments related to her topic. She receives a notification a few days later about a new policy proposal to combat inflation in Nigeria. She cites several news articles from Google News in her research paper to provide current and relevant information about inflation in Nigeria. Overall, Google News is a useful resource for finding current events and news articles related to your research. It can help you stay up to date on new developments in your field and provide current and relevant sources for your research. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button and subscribe for the concluding part of this video to come your way. So, see you then in the part 3 of this topic, start using Google Apps like a Pro Part 3, in our next video coming your way very soon.